Wow. Hey guys, how you doing? Actually, there's a video on this channel. Can you believe that? Hi. It's been a while. I probably look a lot different. It's been uh, what's it been? I think September 2018 when my last video was, potentially. I think so. I think I made like an update on gaming in 2018. The games that came out at that point and that were still to come. I predicted Red Dead Redemption 2 to be good. Well, guess I was right about that. I predicted God of War to be Game of the Year. I was also right about that. But to be fair, those two, they were easy calls. So hi, how are you doing? This might look a bit weird. It sounds a bit weird. All of it is a bit weird. I haven't made a video in a very long time, and I'm not sure if I'm still capable of doing it, but I'm gonna try. Obviously, why, you ask? What is the reason of this? Why do you reappear out of the death that you've caused yourself, almost? Which is a good question. The reason why I decided I wanted to just quickly say hi, I guess that's what this is mainly because E3 is around the corner. It's next week. And I was reminiscing with someone about the videos that I did last year with E3. I did like 20 somewhat videos on E3 and all the different games and stuff. There's a playlist on my channel if you want to check it out if you haven't. And I just remembered all of that, and I looked back at some of the videos and I was like, yeah man, that was nice. That was nice. I remember doing YouTube. I remember enjoying it so much. Obviously I don't anymore, by which I mean to say do it, not enjoy it, because I don't know that. Obviously at the time I made a decision. I really was forced to make the decision to call it quits on YouTube, really. I never properly said goodbye though, which is a shame. I kind of regret that. I did warn people and explain to them what happened, but I never really decided like, hey, you know, it's gonna be over. I gave people hope, and I still do to an extent. I'll explain that later. But yeah, I told you that my I think I said my upload schedule might change a bit. Well, no word was lied. Where is the lie, right? But yeah, it was a bit more drastic than I thought it would be, personally. I didn't really foresee me not doing anything at all, but I've just been caught up in it. For those of you who really didn't get to see that or missed out on that, or have come to my channel after I left, which is also like one of the reasons that I really wanted to just say hi quickly and just make a video, is mainly because while reminiscing, I also checked out like the YouTube Studio app for the first time in months, and I looked at like the fact that I still get like around like 7,000 to 11,000 views a month is incredible to me. It just shows that people keep coming to YouTube, and it's just like I was going through some comments, people asking like, hey man, how are you? Are you okay? Where are you? And I really appreciate that sort of stuff, you know. I've always appreciated that. I've always appreciated the connection that I had with the people that watched my videos, and it's always something that I appreciate it very closely to my heart. So I decided to make a video today. I was talking about something before I touched on this, but I already forgotten. That's a theme. That has become a theme. I've been very forgetful. I feel, if I'm being really honest, that I've been kind of fried brain-wise. And not in like a joke, I work too much kind of thing, but just as in general, I feel like I've kind of lost touch a little bit with, I don't know, but the connection doesn't always seem to be there properly. I don't think there's anything wrong with me, but I've been a bit more stressed. I've been a bit more forgetful. I've been tired. I have not been up to par. Now, I'm not saying that you should feel sorry for me. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that, you know, I have struggled a little bit with certain things, which is not the reason I didn't make videos, of course. The reason I stopped was, of course, I remember I got fired from my MCN. I think it was around August of 2018, maybe July. I was at Curse, Union for Gamers, it is called. But they kind of let everyone go that wasn't a huge channel, also because YouTube changes in policies and everything. So I was without an MCN, and to me, you know, I could have kept going, and my channel did without me actually knowing. I actually got a check the other day of like $70 all of a sudden because my like Google AdSense reached the threshold. Which is hilarious to me. Thank you for keeping on watching my videos and therefore giving me a bit of money. I'm not gonna lie, I really needed some money at that point, and it was like it was like a gift from heaven. I was really fucking happy with that. But yeah, it was the final nail in the coffin at the time. I remember it wasn't something I was like, oh, now I lost my motivation. Of course, I was like, now looking back at how much I enjoyed YouTube and how much fun it was and like everything that we did and we covered, it's hard to remember how defeated I felt. Not only because of that, but before that as well. I remember going into the downward spiral with my channel. I used to get like 30, 40,000 views a month, sometimes even 50. It's not loads compared to some bigger channels, but it was loads to me. And I was going down to like 20, 15,000 views a month, and it just wasn't going very well. And of course, money-wise, YouTube has crashed down over the past 2 years. Even though I wasn't in it for the money, at the time, I was getting older. I'm nearly 22 now, which is ridiculous when you think about it. I started this whole thing when I think I was 14. And I think I was like, I just turned 21 when I quit, but I definitely quit, call it quits. I'm nearly 22 now. It's been like 9 months. But I remember the downward spiral that was going for months and months, really getting me down, really getting my motivation down. The only thing that really kept me going was my enjoyment of it. But then I remember getting fired from the MCN. Was the final nail in the coffin, and I knew that this is not going to work. Because that's kind of the thing. I've said for 2-3 years, even before I even thought about quitting, really, that at some point, around my the early 20s, I would need to at least make enough money via YouTube to sustain myself. Because otherwise, in this society, in this world, I'd have to look for something else. At that point, it kind of nailed it on for me that this is never going to work. You always hear these stories of people that don't give up and then eventually get there. And even though I don't believe in that, I don't believe in things as luck. Even though luck is definitely a thing, I don't actually believe that everyone is like granted their luck. A lot of people aren't. Like this whole thing of like when you keep going and you just keep being yourself, you will get there. I don't think that's true at all. I think that different factors are needed, and I just didn't get those, and I wasn't fortunate enough, I guess, to get those. And that's not me whining about it. Like even though it hurts, and it still to a degree hurts because especially now I was like reminiscing it all. I remember how much I enjoyed it, but I don't think I did anything to deserve a place over people that have gotten it. Even though recently I'd say more and more so that was the case. In the time I've been gone, we've seen the comeuppance of channels such as the polls, and we've seen all of this shit on YouTube, and it's just poor. Like I was looking at it from the outside, and I was like, my God, like somewhere I'm glad that I did leave. Because I feel YouTube as a platform, especially for creators, as a viewer, it's fine because you can just ignore the things that you don't want to see and look at the things that you want to see. But as a platform, as a creator, YouTube has gone so far south. It's like it's bad, and it's a real shame because I remember my enjoyment of it, and I remember my excitement of it, and I remember how much I looked forward to making videos and just look forward to like looking at the analytics of it. And I didn't need a load of money for it. I really didn't. Like, but at some point, again, I had to draw a line and I had to say, okay, I'm in my early 20s now. The world is expecting things of me that I don't think are fair, but they do. I was born in a system that I did not choose, and this system requires you to make money in order to deserve to eat. And unfortunately, that's the thing. And I disagree with it wholeheartedly because everyone should be entitled to food and water and housing and clothes that keep you warm and all of those things, but it's not the case. Capitalism, am I right? But so I made a decision that I had to because the world expected it of me, and I did get another job around the end of last year as well. So after I quit YouTube, I started working from home for a tech agency where I was basically reviewing certain social media pages and putting them into different categories, basically making it easier for AI to search and find based on searches of people. And I'm not gonna lie, it was genuinely probably the job of my dreams. Of course, YouTube would have been if it worked out, but I got paid like, I'm sorry for the noise, it's my rabbit, my bunny, what? My bunny is making all sorts of he's destroying a cardboard box right there. He's got a little fork and he's making a mess of it. But yeah, I was making like 17 like dollars an hour, which is unheard of for my age group. And I worked like 20 to 25 hours a week from home, and I could decide when I did it. I could decide everything basically. I got paid handsomely for it, especially if someone that doesn't have a lot of costs. Like I don't pay an awful lot of shit. I don't buy fancy clothes. I don't do all of that stuff. I'm a minimalist, so to speak. You wouldn't say that with a fucking painting like that, though. But that was already there. I promise. It wasn't that I really enjoyed. I only got to do that for 2 months because obviously it's an agency. So as long as the project lasts, you have work. When the project ends, you don't have work. And so around November, December time, it was over. I made like $2,000 to $2,500 for like 2 months of work, which for me is phenomenal. I've never seen so much money in my life, and I was responsible with it. Like it only now starts to kind of fade away because after that I've been struggling to find more work. There's no more projects within that branch, so I had to look for something else. I've been applying to certain jobs. I've applied to political parties to work at them or have like an internship with them. I've applied at certain stores. But the thing is, I'm nearly 22 now. People have to pay me properly. Like they can't just pay me like $2 an hour as like a 16-year-old and just say, go ahead and do your work. It's illegal. And unfortunately, because of that, I will not get hired anywhere. That's another major flaw that we have in this system, of course. Because of my age, I need to get paid a living wage. And that's something that we cannot afford as companies, right? So I've been struggling to find work. I've been struggling financially. That's part of the reason why I have been a bit down, of course. But yeah, I talk a lot about myself. Let's talk about games. Red Dead Redemption 2 came out, of course. I personally struggle to get into it, even though I can recognize how fucking good it is. I don't know why. Funnily enough, I've had no issue at all getting into a game such as Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Actually, I've played that for 50 hours and I'm still playing it to this day. What else? I replayed Uncharted 4 recently, which is good fun. That game is so fucking great. So many things have happened gaming-wise. There's so many games to come. E3 is around the corner. Loads of shit is going to be announced, and I'm very fucking curious. Also, PlayStation not being there, because I think they are organizing their own convention now. This is getting the whole like Titan like battle between Microsoft and PlayStation is getting ridiculous now, isn't it? I don't know what else I wanted to talk about. If there's anything that I want to talk about, I just want to express once again how grateful I am for the time that we did spend together. Even though some of you might have come to the channel like 5 months ago and never to really have seen me live or address you personally, because I quite simply didn't know you because you didn't exist on my channel, at least. Of course you existed in real life, unless you're a baby. That'll be wow. But when I made videos still and I addressed my audience, it wasn't necessarily directly to you because you weren't there at the time. Now of course it is. It's direct to everyone who watches these videos and who watched my content over the last 8-9 months that I've been gone. It's been I was looking at it and I was like, wow, my subscriber rate has actually grown. I'm closer to 5,000 subscribers than I was when I quit, which is mental. My gaming channel is the same. I quit my gaming channel, I think it was January of 2018. That was way earlier. I had to drop that because of the same reasons. Still, I'm like nearly 600 subscribers there, which is ridiculous. Like, I really appreciate that. And the comments asking me if I'm okay, where I'm at, if I want to react to this and that and do certain videos around this, like, I appreciate that. Knowing that you still enjoy my content despite me not being there that's probably the greatest gift a non-active creator can get. But yeah, I just felt like talking to you guys and addressing this. I'm sorry for the shaking. I'm just literally holding a camera out on the couch, coming up with this idea because I saw all of that when I was like reminiscing with E3 coming out the corner. I was like, yeah, I do appreciate that and I am thankful and I do miss YouTube. Like, if the world was different, I wouldn't have quit. If I didn't need financial stability to survive, to be honest, I didn't get that eventually. I got it for a couple months and then after that another couple months because of the savings that I could save up. But at the moment I'm financially struggling again, so it didn't really make a lot of difference. But that's how life is. I want to end up with saying that I will never completely say that I won't return to YouTube. I don't want to give people false hope. I don't like doing that. I don't like keeping people on a line or giving up red flags for shit. I am never going to say that I never come back, because I enjoy YouTube and it's fun. And if I have financial stability, which I can combine with having enough time to make YouTube content, then I will get back if I can get everything arranged, because obviously I don't live at the place of my studio anymore. And so I'm never going to say that I completely quit. I'm never going to say that I'm never coming back. There's always ways for me to come back. I wanted to start live streaming after YouTube, but that never took off really because of, again, I live somewhere else. I've been in search of all sorts of other things. It's been tough for me to do that. I did like 3 streams or so, and after that I unfortunately never did it again. So yeah, my whole creator career kind of drowned in the end of last year. But what is he doing? He is nibbling at that fence the entire time because the other bunny is at the other side. The problem is she is old and she doesn't like him because he's very active. You can see all the toys he has. He likes playing, he likes running, he likes being just a maniac. And she is just a like 9-year-old old ass smaller bunny who just doesn't want to do all of that shit. So I'm sorry for the noise. But yeah, so I'm not saying that I will never come back. In fact, here I am after 9 months, and this could happen in another 12 months or 2 years or whatever. All I'm saying is that at this point, am not in a state where I can provide steady content. I cannot go back to my studio for E3 and be like, hey, welcome, hello everybody to this video covering this game. I wish I could. Somewhere I do, and I mean that. Somewhere I really wish that I could just like do it now, because I was reminiscing. I was like, damn, it was fun, and I would kind of like to just do that again. I would kind of enjoy just going back to this new E3 now and just a year later just go at it again, but it's not gonna happen. I'm not in a position to do it right now. But yeah, I just wanted to make this quickly, which is weird. It is really weird. I still find this weird. I hope I don't disappoint too many with not having uploaded, with not having been active, with all of these things. I hope people aren't angry with me or sad. I hope you found other creators that you enjoy just as much or even more, because there's plenty out there that are so much better than I would ever am. And yeah, thank you though for your continued support and appreciation and asking of my well-being and stuff. It's fairly appreciated, honestly. I look at that and I get a smile, and I just remember how much of a nice community I had, even though my channel, especially around the end, existed for like most people that just came by, day tourists as you would call it. But the few people, the core that was there, I've always loved and appreciated a lot, and it's something that meant a lot to me and still does to this day. So yeah, thank you for listening to this whole ramble shit. One thing I do want to mention though, what the fuck was this Game of Thrones ending? My god, that was shit, wasn't it? Other than that, nothing really. Chernobyl, by the way. Have you seen that show? It's on HBO as well. Like, that, it's 5 episodes, it's 5.5 hours, and I would definitely recommend you watching it. It's very fucking good. I've been watching shows. Black Mirror is out now, the new season. I'm gonna watch that too. I've binged through BoJack Horseman, which is a phenomenal show as well. I've watched countless films that I've missed out on. Fantastic Beasts is still shit. The first one was shit. The second one is probably even shitter. Yes. A lot of things happened within the world of media that I didn't get to share with you, and that's a shame, because I would have loved to do movie reviews as well. I would have loved to talk about shows. I would have gone so much deeper, doing so much stuff if I just had the time, and if I just got the financial support that I needed to do this full time. I never got there though, and it's a shame, because I had so many plans and I was so hyped to do it all. Maybe in the end I just should have returned to Minecraft and cashed in on it. To be fair, I'm not gonna lie, at this point in time, I wouldn't even be against doing a Minecraft Let's Play again. I haven't played the game in 4 to 5 years, and at this point, I would not even be against it. But yeah, all these things are all speculation, and it's all something that, if I ever get to a position, I will do. But at this point in time, I can't talk about it happening anytime soon. But yeah, sorry for all of this rambling. I just wanted to say all of this in one video, basically because it's an update video about the last 9 months. That takes a lot of time. There's so much that I didn't even cover in my personal life and all these other things. If there's something that you want to know, then I might do one of these again soon. But that's really all it will be for now. This would have been a dream of mine, working this full time. But I think it wasn't meant to be. I don't think it ever was. Even though I enjoyed it and I got so much experience, amazing friends at the time. I remember doing videos with Ryan, with the typical rascals at some point as well, like with people like Sven and all of these people in it. Like, it was a good time, and all of it has been a good time. In fact, I think out of all of the people that I worked with on YouTube ever, I was the last person to be standing. I think Ryan, Retrocast, Sven, like Ikanta, all of these people, Brian himself, of course, my brother, all of them quit before I did. So I guess you could say I was the last one standing, but unfortunately, even too, I had to die. So yeah, thank you, really, for everything that you've done and for everything that you still do. Being there under my videos, reacting, commenting, it's the same thing, liking, sharing them, and just interacting with me as a person. It's something that I've always valued, and I've never seen it as a, like, oh, you're my fan, so I'm talking to you because that makes you feel better. I've never had that, and I still don't. Like, that's why I genuinely appreciate when you ask about my well-being. I see you all as friends. I've always seen you as friends, and you are my friends. I've just been a very bad friend over the past 9 months. But yeah, we were just sharing moments together, looking at games together, talking about games together, discussing about games. And that was the greatest period of my life. Like, I really appreciated that. And I still do, wholeheartedly. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being there with me throughout it all. And still, for people that have watched this, you still there. That is ridiculous. And you are amazing for it. This fucking bunny won't anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna upload this in a second and continue with my day. I still have to go to the gym today, get some groceries. Adult life. I've fallen into adult life, and I don't mind it, but I do miss just carelessly walking into my studio while living at my mom and just being able to make videos and having food on the table at night because my mom would cook it and buy it. And yeah, man, so much has changed, and it's weird, but it's fun, and it's scary, but it's also exciting, and it's a roller coaster of life. Like, I appreciate that I made all the steps that I did, giving up on school to pursue YouTube. Even though it didn't work, I still am thankful that I did, and I still wouldn't change it. Don't get me wrong, I haven't got a college degree, and maybe that affects the fact that I'm having trouble getting a job, but I wouldn't change it, and I mean that genuinely. Like, I'm happy that I spent those 4 years doing what I love and really allowing myself to pursue that. And despite it failing, I had so much fun, and I met so many people, and I had such a grand time, and I appreciate it so much. And it's something that I will take with me literally until I die. And that is worth more to me than any college degree or job that I could have gotten with that would ever be worth to me. Might sound very hippie-ish, but look, I'm a minimalist. I've now got a man bun and a beard. Like, I am the hipster of hipsters. But yeah, I'll take that. And I appreciate you and everything that we've been through. Thank you for that. And hopefully we'll speak each other soon. You can always still comment or hit me up on Twitter. You can follow me on Instagram. All of these things where we can interact if you want to. I'm always open for conversation. Usually, I'd say. There's days that I don't respond to social media because I take off days of it. But more now than I did before. But definitely still, I'm open to conversation with you guys. Because you are my friends. And I appreciate you. Thank you. And until a next time, I'm not going to say the next time, but a next time, potentially, in the future somewhere. We'll see what that brings. Thank you. Bye-bye.